come once more to our Guru Vandana. Vandana is a bi-monthly production we have on some aspects of the scriptures, and it is all in line with disseminating knowledge which our Guru was dedicated to, and his disciples spreading his knowledge, disseminating his knowledge to all and sundry across the globe is our way of doing salutations to our Guru, paying our regards, worshipping our Guru. We stand for what he stands, and we therefore make effort to disseminate this knowledge. As you all well know, Swami Chinmayananda, very ardent and vehement propounder of knowledge of Bhagavad Gita and the Upanishads. And so, as we saw in our last discourse, and now we will see today also, so verses from the Kathopanishad, and today also I have chosen a very, very famous verse from chapter 2, verse 4. And I will chant this verse, and then we look at all the implications of this verse. Very well known and famous passage of this scripture. Here is the first verse of chapter 2, section Paranjitani. Paranjitani yadrat swayambhu, Paranjitani yadrat swayambhu, Tasmat param pashyatinandaratman, Tasmat param pashyatinandaratman, Kashchidhira pratyagatmanapaisyad, Kashchidhira pratyagatmanapaisyad, Avrittachakshuramritattvamichan, Avrittachakshuramritattvamichan. I'll first tell you the literal meaning of this verse, and we'll see how many ideas are really packed into this small verse. It says, Paranjitani yadrat swayambhu. Swayambhu means the Lord and Master of this universe. Swayambhu. Why is he called Swayambhu? Because he is self-existing. That is, yeah? So he says Swayambhu has made these senses. Hani stands for senses. Paranji means external. And the word which is used, Vedrana, means as though he has affected them to go outward. In the manifesto of the universe, has made the senses to go outward first. Tasmat param pashyati, therefore all of us see everything outside. Nana antaratman, avasthiti in an inward itself. Then, Kashchidhira, one rare wise person. Kashchidhira, pratyagatman paishyad, avrittachakshu, turning his gaze inside, sees the inner self. One rare wise person sees the inner self. And what he does? Amritattvamichan, desiring immortality, desiring the eternal self, eternal existence. He turns inside. So one wise person does it like that. This is the literal translation of the verse. Okay. So first thing is, who has made our senses extroverted? And that is Swayambhu. Swayambhu word can take so many meanings. Swayambhu is translated by Puja Gurudeva Brahmaji, because Brahmaji is given the task of manifesting all the things in the universe. Usually we use the word creator, but in Sanatana Dharma, creation is not compatible with manifesting. They are two different things, you see? Because we say all things are already there, all things are existing. There is nothing new which is created. Nothing comes into existence and nothing can go out of existence. So Swayambhu or Brahmaji is the one who manifests things. In the Gita also it is explained things come from a state of unmanifest into a state of manifest, and then they again go into a state of unmanifest. So Avyakta Vyakta Sarva. All things come from Avyakta into Vyakta, from unmanifest to manifest. So this is the process of the universe, the whole cycle. Coming into manifestation, staying for a little while manifest, and then going into unmanifest. And all of us are going through that process. Things are not there at one time, and then they become manifest, and then they are again going to unmanifest. Not that they are destroyed or great, the Western world. But anyway, Swayambhu Brahmaji, while manifesting this universe, he can only manifest things which are already there. And the things are all pre-existing. That is the meaning of the already. They manifest. Senses which he manifests, all of our five senses, they are extroverted. So immediately you will see the beginning of the verse, and this is the drift of Vedanta and Upanishad. There is very fast, quickly, beginning itself, an introduction of an extroverted personality vis-a-vis an introverted personality. In other words, the Upanishad is going to hint at an introverted personality, or one that looks inside, as opposed to one that looks outside. So, senses are all behaved extroverted, and affected in such a way, or they have been manifested in such a way that they are oriented towards the external jagat, the world outside. This is the first. Therefore, he sees human being, he only sees outside. He sees everything outside. He doesn't see itself, which is responsible for the functioning of all of these senses. Self, which is the substratum upon which all the senses depend. Nobody sees that self. Everybody only sees the external world with the five senses, or perceive the external world with our five senses, but the thing which is behind the five senses, which is fueling the five senses, which is the substratum, the adhisthana for the five senses, which is giving the five senses the wherewithal. That thing is the indwelling self. That nobody sees. Why? Because the senses are oriented towards the outside, and so the mind only goes outside. It cannot see its own self. That is the idea. But it says, now, here is the contrast. One rare individual, one rare human being. What he does? He looks inside. Avritta means it turns the gaze of his attention. Chakshu literally means eye. But he cannot turn his eyes to see inside his head. It means he turns the gaze of his attention inside. That is not literally Chakshu. He turns his eyes upside down. You go blind, you can't see anything there. So, he turns his gaze inside. The gaze which we do is, oh, I see. When you say I see, which eyes are seeing with that? When you say I see, you're not seeing with these eyes, isn't it? You're seeing with some attentive mind. That mind sees. So that he turns inside. manifested is inside. What? For what reason? Amritatvam ichchami. Desiring amritatva. Desiring the self, or desiring immortality. Then, who is this person? Is called Dhira, wise person. And then, Pratyagamanam Aiksha, and he sees the indwelling self. And he turns his gaze inside, desiring mukti or moksha, and he sees the indwelling self. Now, let us just reflect a little bit on what exactly is going on. See, we have a very famous verse you all know, Guru Namadam, Guru Namidam, Guru Nat, Guru Namdachari, all of these verses you heard. This is full, complete, total. This means what? The Atma self, reality. Full, total and complete. That is also full, total and complete. That means what? That universe which has emerged from this. The universe, this whole universe which has emerged from this reality is also full, complete and total. Okay. So there's a full, infinite, limitless universe and there's a full, infinite, limitless self. And the universe has manifested from that, in, upon that self. Now, the person who is studying this verse and studying Purnamada, Purnamidam, both of them together will say, so then what is the problem? I open my eyes and I engage all my five senses and I look out and I see a whole full, complete, total universe. And if I go inside, I see a whole full, complete, total self. So there is totality outside and there is totality inside also. Purnamidam and Purnamada. Both are complete. So why do this scripture, and especially this verse, and there are so many verses, go on telling, no, you should become introverted and not extroverted, the senses going, running here and there, everywhere, I should bring them inside. But my senses are going out in a world that is full and complete and total, also just manifested from a full, complete, total self. Atma, Paramatma, whatever you want to call it. Right? Look at the question arises. So this is a very important thing. Here it was also making a stark contrast between one who is extroverted like that and the wise one. This is the wise one. So just now if you go further, I don't know if we get a chance to go further, but if you go further in this same string of verses, you will see those people who go outside like that, who are extroverted and only allowing their senses to run all over the universe like this, they are called Baha. Children is ignorant. Baha is ignorant. And here, the one who goes inside is called Dhira, the wise one. So, why is the scripture making this distinction between an extroverted one and an introverted one? And when the same scripture, here and there, talk about Purnamada, that is full, this is full, and that is complete, this is complete. Means the external world is complete and full and everything. But here, we need to reflect on this a little bit. These things are very important in our spiritual journey. See, the universe which we experience, the Jagat which we experience in front of us, this Jagat is full and complete and total, right? We say, yes, it's infinite, it goes on infinity. Because it is existing on an infinite self. Who can tell the edge of the universe? The end of space. Where you find it? No end. It goes on infinity. Of course, I know it is very difficult for you to wrap your mind around the concept of infinity because the mind is a limited thing. Infinity is unlimited, right? It is very difficult. But you just have to think, if I go out into space, 1 billion light years into space. After going 1 million light years into space, how much further can I go again? Well, another million light years. And if I go the second million light year, how much further can I go again? When we allow the mind to think like it's real, mind will get some sort of deeper appreciation of the idea of infinity. So, this infinite universe goes out like this, and this infinite universe is resting on an infinite self. And the question arises, why are the scriptures telling go inside and discover the self when I can go out into infinite universe and discover same infinity? But here is the problem. First problem with going out into the world. One is, in order to grasp, understand, or come to know this infinite universe, we will have to come to know every object which is there in the universe. Now that is possible. How is it possible? Yet all objects which we see, they all belong to some part of this universe. So I will know this object. This is the same object, there is red and there is black. Then I will know object, red and black. Then I will know size and shape and name. But this is only one object. To know this one object, so many things are associated with this object, and I know that. Then we move on. From this object, there's this other object. Now I have to learn everything about this object. Color, name, size, shape, and function, and all of that. So then I know this. Then there's space, then I have to know that. Now I'm only paying attention to three objects. This one, and space. Now how many objects are there in the world now? Well, I just said it is infinite. But when you finish knowing, you can't finish. Because the number of things, and by the time you see, because the mind is finite, and the Jagat outside is infinite, and I tried knowing everything in the Jagat, the brain doesn't have terabytes of storage space. It can only store so much. So what you have to do is by the time you start here and you go down the line, learning each object and name and function and color and size and product and everything about that object, you want knowing. Somewhere along the line you have to start giving up here. You know, like when you delete things on your email to make space for more email. Because you don't have infinite storage in the email. Because the mind is also not infinite. You cannot go on knowing everything is universe. So this is the one problem. Yes, the universe is infinite, but it's impossible for a finite mind to know this finite universe. So this is problem number one. You really cannot know. Now, that leads to problem number two. What is problem number two? So when we know this object outside, and we go, then we move to the next object, and then the next object, and then we go on, and we keep on learning newer objects. I told you that you have to keep dropping the earlier ones to make space for the new ones. That means you will never get a total picture of this world. It is like what you will have certain fragments only. It's by going out with finite senses to know an infinite universe, you will only be able to get fragments. You cannot get a total picture. It is like, think of a window that's a shutter. So you have this window pane, a nice clear glass through which you can see. Then there are shutters. So then what you have? You have about 5,000 little pieces. You give it in a little bag or a bowl or something. Now you have the whole window, don't you? It's all there. The whole window is here. But seeing this, you really cannot get a complete picture of that whole thing. You have the whole thing, but you have it in broken pieces. You don't have a full total picture. So our mind, because it is finite, it will get little fragmentary pieces of this universe. It can never get a total picture of the universe. Really, if the mind could have gotten a total picture of this universe, we would have all gotten Bhakti by going out into this universe itself. I can show you. Okay. You walk down, or you just put on your television. Forget about walking. Just put on your television, and news comes on. But you know, and news, all it tells is all the negative things, because negative things said. So they tell all negative things. Oh, this one was killed, that one was killed, this one is the killer, and you're seeing all of this in the news every day. Okay. Now, you know also, because you have heard 1,000 times in scriptures, that this whole universe is working by karma, isn't it? Karma is working itself out everywhere, and whatever is happening by karma only. Karma pradhan. The whole universe is working by karma. If this one is killed, and this one is the killer, and it's all karma playing itself out, isn't it? Now, you don't know what karma was done by this fellow who is killed, for him to be killed by this fellow. So that part of the universe, that knowledge in the universe, which karma he committed, at which place, at which time, and why this is the punishment, and this, and all, we know. So, there are so many fragments of the universe which we will not know. And so to get a complete picture of what is playing out, where and why this is happening and why that's happening and which cause is the cause for which effect and all of it. How you know this universe is too much for the mind-boggling for this little finite mind. You see? So, if somebody were to ask, why the scriptures weren't telling that we must go inside, or the wise one goes inside, and children or the ignorant ones, they go outside. When the same scriptures tell that is complete and this is complete. If somebody was supposed to ask this question, this is the answer. The answer is the external world is complete, that is true, but we have a finite mind and we cannot grasp this infinite universe. And there are so many fragments of this universe which we will not know. So many, like for example right now, there are so many theories about how life started on this earth. That knowledge, when that happened in history, the past and all that, we don't know. So you will not, maybe some alien came from some other planet and settled here. And they know it is whoever is who maybe. So things in this universe, past, present, future, cause, effect, and so many things. We will never know, even though yes, it is infinite. So let's think about this. Going outside. Once these senses go out, and this is where scriptures put a lot of emphasis. Once they go out, they encounter things. My eyes must see. You will see the 7 colors of the rainbow outside, right? So my eyes go out. Quickly, senses have this habit of getting attached to one. What is your favorite color? Green. And then some people, these 7 colors are not enough. They'll mix colors and not come up with new colors. And what is? And then they'll have another favorite color. What is your favorite color? God knows teal also. But that is their favorite color. What do you say? Anyway, I tell you this because what happens is the senses get attached to things outside very fast. Right? And what is the problem with being attached to things outside? But this is the problem. The moment you get attached to one thing, but your attention to other things go away. And because of Sadhguru Rajas and Tamas, it will respond differently. In Govinda, for instance, said, now my whole world gets centered around one thing. The Tamasic mind, this whole world gets centered around one thing. As though there is nothing else in this world. And now, if you were talking about letting the mind go out through the senses and discover the infinite world outside, how that will happen now? When quickly the senses get attached, the mind gets attached to something outside, and now we forget everything else in the universe, in the whole universe. So this is the problem. We get attached and then it overlooks everything else in this universe. You will never discover infinite reality in this universe. You see? Because it gets attached to so many. So because of these reasons, the other option now is to go inside. Now, going inside is a different sort of journey, and it is the journey that will now lead to the goal, because the outside journey is next to impossible to get to that goal. Not totally impossible, that is possible, but perhaps way close to impossible. Going inside is the journey which many saints and sages and great Mahatmas have tread in the past, and they have, that is the journey that they have all taken, and they have stood testimony over the millennia through the scriptures and through personal accounts and all of that. So the journey inside is the journey to which they all stand testimony. You see? And it is a different sort of journey. And outside, if I was going, suppose I'm taking the outside journey and I'm going to look for things in this universe, I have my mind and senses at my disposal, isn't it? But the inside journey is a little bit different. This outside, I use my mind and my senses to discern each object, know about each object. When I'm going inside, the journey is about transcending the mind and the senses. Because if I don't do this, then I find myself falling to the same problem which I had outside. I'm going inside now, and I'm using the same finite mind to find the infinite reality. How is this possible? That is not possible. I will not be able to use the same finite mind and go inside and find the infinite reality. That cannot happen. You see? So, going inside now requires the transcending of the mind, transcending of all the faculties, transcending of all the antakarana, the inner instrument and all that. This is why the inner journey is the one that is recommended. Another thing. Another reason why the inner journey is recommended. This is more important. What is the more important reason? It is that I am always the basis of my universe. If I am experiencing this infinite universe, who is the ultimate experience? I am, isn't it? The universe is not experiencing itself. I am the ultimate experiencer. So, when I go inside, I am trying to find the basis for the whole universe. Because I am the basis. If I am not there, there is no universe in front of me. If I were not there, there will be nobody to experience the universe. So if I am experiencing an infinite universe, I come first before the experience of the universe comes. So I'm going to find out the basis for this entire experience. So this is why, see, we just said the universe is infinite, and we cannot have the basis being finite and the universe built out to be infinite. How that will happen also? You cannot have a finite basis and an infinite manifestation, manifested universe. If the universe is infinite, that means the basis and the foundation, the adhishthana, the support for this universe has to also be infinite. So going inside is to find the basis of the universe. Finding and that's what is being called here as Antaratma. Antaratman meaning dwelling, Pratyagatman, two words are universe. You see? So when the question is asked why do I go inside, it is because I told this reason. This is the journey which all the saints and sages have attested to. This is the journey which they have taken and through which they have formed the self. It is the easier and more practical of journey. And third thing, really, it is this journey which will bring us to the real substratum of the universe or the basis, foundation of the universe. So now it says, the senses which are all the time extroverted, which have been manifested in this way, or the simple way to say this is the nature. The nature is to just go out. By just being what they are, they just go out. Right? So the wise person, what he has to do, he has to now bring his senses inside. Means all his attention has to come within. And he starts figuring out his own inclinations and his own motive and intentions. And he'll find out all things which are going on in his own mind. What is driving, all the driving forces in his own mind. So he has to bring himself inside. Because there's a clear distinction between one who is going out and one who is going in. In other words, the scripture is so forceful in its presentation. It can even be said that the scripture is speaking highly about one who is turned inward and not so highly at all about one who is turned outwards. You see? So by speaking like that, you see, scripture doesn't use the word highly and not so highly as I'm using. But that's what there are 4 lines. So the first 2 lines speaks about the one who is turned outwards, and the next 2 lines speaks about the one who is turned inwards, and he's called a wise person. And the reason for his turning inward is also given. Purpose, prayojana. What is the purpose? Amritatvam, desiring immortality. Now, why would a person turn inward and desiring immortality? Well, you can go on adding to the list of the problems that are encountered outwardly. When you ask the question, why is this desiring immortality and turning inward? And then we say, well, there has to be a problem outside. Why will a wise person turn inside, desiring immortality? He encountered problems outside. What is the problem he encountered outside? That is in the world itself. Amritatvam. You see, he is looking for Amrit. Because outside, when he allows his senses to go outside, there is outside world. I told you so many problems in the outside world. And one was attachment. And he will never find. He discovered the infinity outside. Because he gets attached to one thing and gets stuck there. But here's another problem. There's Amritatvam. What is that? He is desiring Amritatvam. But he encounters outside of Amritatvam. Amritatvam means death. He encounters outside death. And for this now we say, he encounters sorrow. That is the problem. So that is associated with the attachment which he has. You see? Now, if he is going out and gets attached to this object or that object, right? Where the nature of the Jagat is, things in the Jagat are coming into manifestation and they are also going out of manifestation. From unmanifest, they are coming into manifest and going into unmanifest. Unmanifest, manifest, unmanifest again. They keep coming and going. That is called death. In other words, in ordinary parlance, we say they are born, they live for some time, and they die. This is what we use. This is the ordinary words we use. What we really mean to say is they come from avyakta into vyakta, and then they again go into avyakta. That is called as death. That thing he doesn't like, because when he allowed his senses to go out, it became attached to that object. That object was not manifest, it became manifest, and he became attached to that manifest object. But the nature of the Jagat is that manifest object will soon become unmanifest. And because he was attached to that object, when that object goes into unmanifest, it tears his heart away, takes it away. And he's left there in a miserable state. And that he doesn't like. That is called death and sorrow associated with it. So this is the other thing, problem that the jiva, the individual, will encounter in the external world. No, I'm saying that it is not impossible to find reality in the external world, also possibility, because there can very well be a person who is there and he looks at all of the objects in the world very objectively and he is not attached to any one of them, or any such thing, and he sees that each object is coming into manifestation and going out of manifestation, and he can see all of this. That is possible. He has to be very sharp also, not to get carried away with it. Even the greatest of things, who shall stop? One tells God, also get carried away by things in this world. Especially when, for instance, the best of persons will be very detached and everything. But as soon as they get children, then you will see what all detachment is there. All detachment is gone like anything. Because they become attached to their own children. And these children in no way related to them. And they are jiva from countless lifetimes. This may countless lifetimes, future also this way. Jiva is not related in any way to anybody. Jiva is just as much related to every other jiva. But they get attached to it because the jiva is manifest now. And they get attached. And then that goes the other jiva goes. Wherever there is sorrow. So, this person desires the end of this sorrow. He desires the end of death. All death is sorrow. And I'm giving you broadest definition to death. Death is just the thing which is manifest now goes out of manifestation. That may be anything. If you are attached to this thing and it gets burned in fire and gets melted, it is died. It was manifest. But this is goes out of manifestation. So that is true for every single, including this human body. In 1950 or whatever, it was not there. Then it came 51. Then what? It will be there for some time and then unmanifest. This is the problem which he does not like in the external universe. What he wants? Everything must stay there forever. Or as long as he is there, it should be there. So, he seeing this world which is fraught with death. Bhagavad tells in Bhagavad Gita about this over and over. Janma, Mrityu, Jara, Vyadi, Dukkha, Dosha, and Darshanam. This world is filled with death and disease and rolling and death and all these things, and they bring all these other manifestations of their own. This is the thing he doesn't like. See, in old age, the youth are died. The youthfulness has died and given way to old age. And old age also dies and gives way to death. It's all on the death. One string of death. So in Amritatvamit, he desired Amrita, deathlessness. Amritatvamit, Chan. And then for that, desired Amritatva. What he does? Turns his gaze inside. Now he's going to take that journey. He has to take that journey, which all these sages talk about taking, going inside. Avritachakshu, then Pratyatmanam, he sees that indwelling Chinmayananda is easier said than done. This is the greatest journey a human being can take. The greatest journey anybody can take. It's not something that you can just do like that overnight. But this wise one, because it's about a Tira, he turns his gaze inside and now following all the rules and following all the directions and all the teachings of all the scriptures and all over Gita and such, each and every parami, slowly withdraws all of the senses. Dhyan physically there. On the mind, with a very strong, deep Atma samstham, placing that gaze on the Atma, akinchit pakinchit. See, what is being hinted at is he has to come inside and now meditate with a very quiet mind in order to transcend that mind. That is it. Then only Pratyatmanam. You cannot just, okay, all these years I have been extroverted, running here, running there, doing all of this, but I have to turn inside. Bala, ala kazam, I see self. That doesn't happen like that. One has to go through now, and in last class we have seen, one has to go through all the various types of discipline. Sadhana, it is called. I go through all the various types of sadhana, and I make sure that I follow step by step as the scriptures lay down. And final stage, of course, is called as meditation. Then only Pratyatmanam, meditation means sees the indwelling self. So the verse is giving a very broad picture of all things that is required by an individual jiva for seeing the indwelling self. Okay. So now we will stop here. I will tell a few announcements and then we will have closing prayer. This weekend coming up, we are having for the holiday, we are having Bhojana Vigo, first in a series of Bhojana Vigo. Unfortunately, I think all our tickets are already sold out for this Bhojana Vigo. What is the Bhojana Vigo? Where we are having an internal fundraiser in the ashram where we prepare some delicious meals and we get each and various people to participate in purchasing these meals around as a way to raise funds, because we have not been able to have any fundraisers for such a long time because of COVID and all that, right? So for this coming Independence Day holiday, which is on Tuesday, we are having Bhojana Vigo. All the tickets are already sold. But you don't need to worry. The next one will be October 2nd. And on October 2nd, we are having a great big special. What is the special of October 2nd? It is our very famous paneer burger of garam masala. Here at the ashram we produce one of the finest paneer burger that you can ever feast your tongue on. And you must try this paneer burger, which is 2nd of October. 2nd of October is a very special day for us here in Chinmaya Trinidad. And because Chinmaya Trinidad was born on 2nd of October. It started on 2nd of October 1997. And that day is very special to us. So on that day we are having second Bhojana Vigo and we will be serving a special paneer burger. and a drink that goes with it. Okay. Krishna Janmashtami is coming up on 29th, Sunday, and we will have Shri Krishna Puja, and you all can tune in from 6 to 7 to follow. So you can see our website, Trinidad website, to follow Puja and all of that. 29th of August, which is coming Sunday, 6 to 7. 6 to 7 p.m. Krishna Janmashtami. Alright. Also, because we have not been having our yajnas like we usually do, we have not been having an opportunity to promote our books. But here we have Krishna's Butterflesh. Please see this, and you can come on down to our bookstore here. You can call the office, you can call the ashram here to find out all the different titles which we have. You can see online also all the different titles which we have. See if we have them available here at the ashram. But these are wonderful books for children. We have for children and adults. Please take a look, and these are the best gifts you can give to children also. Rather than giving all these technology, children are actually right now swamped by technology. Actually, it is an overkill. Their minds are just flooded with all forms of technology. Reading a good storybook and articulating the English language or whatever language you speak now is perhaps the best way to stir intelligence in a child. Technology has its limitations. It has its benefit, but it also has its limitations. So please check out our book lists online, all the ashram here, and you can see all the various titles which we have for the various age groups. Okay? Alright. We will bring this session to a close, and then we will see in another 2 weeks. Okay? Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadai Purnameva Vashishyate Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Shri Guru Namaha.